Hello, how's life? Today is the 8th of April 2020. It is a Wednesday. For some reason I thought it was Friday, but I mean, I'm telling you, days of the week don't really mean anything anymore. It's a Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check on my phone. Yes, it is a Wednesday, the 8th of April 2020. Coming to you at 9 p.m. Good news is that I woke up slightly earlier than I have been in the past 10 days, I want to say. My battery's flashing on this camera, so I'm gonna try and be as quick as possible. I woke up at 2 p.m. I know that sounds ridiculous, but for the past 3 or 4 days I've been getting up at around 5 p.m, so that's like a 3-hour improvement. Hopefully means that I will be able to sleep a little bit earlier today as well, and then we'll just kind of carry on from there, just gradually get up earlier and earlier, and then hopefully then be able to go to sleep earlier and earlier as well. This flashing battery thing on my camera is stressing me out, guys. I might have to charge it and come back to you. I'm back now. It's like 2 hours later. It's about, I don't know, 10 past 11 p.m. now. Spent the past 2 hours in the living room with my parents, just kind of watching some music videos and nostalgic stuff from the 70s and 80s and 90s, and we all put one of our favorite music videos on, and it was great. You know, I feel a bit scared and nostalgic at the same time, because it's just, I always feel emotional when I listen to old songs from like my childhood, and some from my mom's childhood, but that I know of as well because she would have played it when I was a child, that kind of thing. All four of us were there for a bit. It was great. It was a bonding moment. Today's been good. Today has been another decent day. Like I said, I woke up a bit earlier than I have been in the past week, so that is a good thing. That kind of just meant I had more daytime to do stuff, and I just got to do more stuff. My mom, bless her, she could tell that I was upset a few days ago. I've just been feeling a bit down about this whole thing, which is absolutely normal. I think a lot of us are. And I think I've been joking a few times in the past couple of weeks that I just really miss wagamamas, because I used to get wagamamas at least once a week when things were normal, and obviously my normal order for wagamamas was a chicken katsu curry. So my mom was like, a couple of days ago, she was like, I found this chicken katsu curry recipe. She's never made chicken katsu curry, but she said she's found one online that doesn't look too difficult, and she said she wants to give it a go, and she said it should be okay. I'm pretty sure we can do it, like it's not going to be too difficult. And she made it for me today, for all of us, but obviously mainly for me, and we all had it, and it was actually really good. Like, it was great, it was lovely. It didn't taste exactly like her wagamama's chicken katsu curry, but it didn't have to. I think it's the thought that counts. Like, I just was very touched by the gesture. It was a very cute thing of my mom to do. For her to, yeah, try to make me happy with something like that. It was lovely, and we both decided that we want to try it again. Like, obviously I didn't cook it this time, but you know, I said maybe I can learn from you and we can do it together next time. And yeah, it was just it was a very lovely thing. So it made the day very nice, just kind of having that for dinner, and we all sat and ate together in our kitchen. I enjoyed it, and again, it's given me hope again. Like, I've been feeling good today. I haven't really had a really sad moment at all, so again, that's good. Played some piano, that was really good as well. Read a bit of my book. That's kind of all I've been doing again. Again, not a lot of productivity, but I think that's just normal. News is that Austria announced yesterday, I believe, that they are planning to slowly come out of the lockdown that they have in the next few weeks, and kind of gradually get life back to normal. Whether or not they're going to be successful at it, or they can actually do it, who knows? Nobody knows. But the fact that they have plans, and at the moment of course they have cases in Austria as well, but it looks like they've managed to kind of flatten out the curve of the virus and the amount of people that are getting it every day, and they seem to be having more recoveries every day than people getting it. Like, they have more people recovered than new cases, if that makes sense. So they've thought they basically said that they're gonna, from the 14th of April, which is in a few days time, they're gonna open up some shops, like smaller shops, reopen them. Start from like obviously smaller shops, and then maybe like 2 weeks later reopen some restaurants. But like obviously with extreme measures in place still, like restaurants will be open, but they've said that they want to encourage everyone to wear masks and stuff, and people still need to be aware of each other and not be too close to each other, and blah blah blah. So it's not going to be normal by any means, but it's a step forward for them, and I really hope it goes well for them. Like, they've said that they're really hoping to have almost everything open by the 1st of May. The only things that won't still be open are like large event places like concert halls, and they said clubs as well. Clubs and bars won't be opened, but things like restaurants and shops should be opened again by then. Hopefully it goes well for them. It's like something to be hopeful for, and kind of for us in the UK, it's like a glimpse into potentially what the future will hold for the UK. Obviously, our situation is much more worse than Austria's situation is right now, but it's something that we can kind of, it's just interesting for the rest of the world, I guess, to just see other countries who are maybe doing it a little bit better and whose situation isn't quite as bad, to kind of see how they deal with it now, and so then we can kind of see what we can expect for our future, because obviously it's going to be a while until things are properly normal. So yeah, that was I guess a bit of good news. I really do hope things go well. I've been feeling okay today, like I said. It's been fine. Been reading this book, which is called A Wrinkle in Time. It's a pretty famous story, but I've never read it before, and this is actually a graphic novel, which is something that I haven't read in a long time either. I'm not really into graphic novels. I haven't really been as an adult, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's great. It's just a different kind of book, and I like it. So that has been that. What else do I want to tell you? Yeah, I think that's more or less it that I can think of for now. Did some TikTok dances with my brother today as well. Basically yesterday I found out about this TikTok dance that I really want to do, and I thought maybe my brother and I could do it together, because it just looked like fun, and it's a bit of a challenge. So I showed it to him. I told him about it yesterday, and then I showed him the dance today. I would say he's better than me in terms of dancing, so I was like, maybe you can, like, if maybe you understand, you will get it first, and then we can kind of try to practice it together. And so we spent about half an hour practicing it together. Obviously we're still not good at it, but I think it was just good. Again, it was just something for us to do, both of us. We enjoyed it. It's a very active dance, so you're like jumping around a lot. It was almost like exercise, I'm not gonna lie. For me, it was like half an hour of like cardio, legit, because it's not like I've been doing any other kind of exercise in the past few weeks. So it was nice to spend half an hour with my brother trying to learn a fun TikTok dance, and like be active. And it was good because I think it tired me out a little bit as well, which hopefully means I'm going to sleep better tonight. And hopefully we'll get to do the TikTok properly and film it in the next few days. Again, that can be something for us to do. Yeah, feeling alright today. I really am feeling okay. It's so funny because, again, I just find it so interesting that this is really becoming our new normal now, and it's like, it's getting to a point where like I wake up and like the past few days anyway, I've woken up and I've not really felt sad. I think the first few weeks, every day when I would wake up, I would initially feel extremely sad. Like, I wouldn't cry or anything, but like just before I got out of bed, I would have this like dread and panic and like extreme sadness about the day ahead and like what I'm waking up to. I know that's like, it's probably quite a common feeling that a lot of us are feeling, I don't know, but I haven't really felt that in the past few days. I've kind of just woken up and thought, yeah, it's just how it is, like this is life now, and I'm actually excited about it. You know, I'm excited to wake up and go and do something. And like I said today, because I woke up a bit earlier than normal than I have been in the past week or so as well, it just meant I had more time. Went and sat by our window, read my book for a bit, played the piano, helped my mum out in the kitchen a little bit. Like, it's fine. We can do this. We can definitely do this. It's just a weird time. It's so fascinating as well, because I've been reading like about people's experiences and stuff from this, like strangers, like articles and stuff I've read, and like some people that I follow and stuff, like tattoo artists that I follow. Some people are saying that this time has actually been really good for them. A few people who like generally have a lot of anxiety, I've read what they've said, and they've kind of been saying that weirdly this time has helped them with anxiety, and they don't have as much anxiety. And I've seen that on Twitter as well, a few tweets saying that. I'm not somebody who normally has anxiety. Like, I don't suffer from anxiety really on a regular basis, so it's not like I've never really experienced that, so I don't know how that works. But it's nice, it's good that some people are feeling better, and I think it's interesting because I feel like I'm very anxious right now. It's not like taking over my life, but I feel like I'm constantly like just not happy. Like, it's just I'm worried a lot. I think a lot of people are, but it's interesting how it works for some people and it's helped them. I think one of the tweets or one of the articles was saying it's because maybe they don't feel as much pressure to do anything, and they can just kind of, I don't know, just focus on themselves. And I get that makes sense, because I guess people who have anxiety on a day-to-day basis. For them, they would find little things maybe anxiety inducing, and yet now they don't really have to do that. They can just relax. So that it does make sense. So I think one important thing as well is to like just not feel like there's any right or wrong in how we're feeling. If some people are really enjoying themselves and are having a great time with this situation that we're in, with this lockdown, that's fine, you know. Nobody is saying like, you know, that this isn't a tragedy, because the situation is a tragedy. Like, there are people dying. It's not like we're all locked down into our houses for a good reason. I mean, I guess it is a good reason because we're trying to save lives and whatnot. Like, us staying home means that hopefully people can, you know, doctors can treat people without any more like serious cases constantly coming in. But the underlying reason obviously is not a good one, it's a sad one. But it doesn't mean that you can't still be happy in your with the conditions that you're in. Like, I think that's really important to remember as well, and it's a good one to remember. It's something that I need to remind myself of, because like I said, I am very much an empath, and I'm constantly worried and thinking about people and the world. Like, honestly, like, I'll be reading a book and suddenly something will pop up in my head, like one of my friends maybe, and I'll be like, oh shit, like, this friend of mine was meant to go on this holiday like next month for a wedding of their friends, and now they can't. And I just start to feel sad for them. Or like, suddenly another friend might pop up and I'm like, oh no, but that friend of mine, they must be like really sad and worried because they're not able to see like one of their family members, and I just suddenly feel sad. And then again, like, something else might pop up and I'll be like, oh no, but like, what about that business like down the road, like, that I used to go to and maybe buy something from normally, and I really hope they're not like struggling or too stressed out about their business. Like, it's just crazy the amount of like constant worries that I have in my head. So yeah, you know, it's just, I think it's good to try and sometimes block those out, and I'm trying to work on that, because it's not, I can't do anything about it. It's like the situation is out of our hands, all of us. So there is really no point in constantly stressing. It's just, for me, it's hard. But I'm getting better at it. So yeah, that's kind of it for today, I guess. I think Boris Johnson still seems to be in the hospital, but apparently he's doing okay. So that's good. I'm happy. You know, I really do hope that he like manages to get through this okay. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it for now. What a day. I randomly told my mum today, we were sitting in the living room, and I was like, I really miss getting tattooed, and she laughed so much. She was like, oh my god. Because I do. Because like, it's weird, but I just miss it. It's not even like I get tattoos too often. Like, I have been getting quite a lot recently, but I don't know, I think it's just when you want something and it gets taken away from you. Oh yeah, Disney as well. There's been articles, and I think Bob Iger, I think, is that how you say his surname? He's said a few things about what the potential, like, what the future of Disney might potentially look like, Disney parks. And of course they'll have to put some measures in when they do reopen eventually. Oh yeah, talking about Disney as well, hilariously enough, I got this email from Eurostar today saying, hey, Samana Seri, just so you know, you've got a trip booked to Disneyland Paris tomorrow. Don't know if you're aware of it or not, but the world's quite crazy at the moment, so you might not be able to go on this trip. France might not let you in. So I just wanted to let you know that maybe you might want to change that. I laughed a lot because honestly, I'd completely forgotten about it, because my mind has just not been in the right place. Like, I just haven't been thinking about trips, and the trip that I was meant to be going on tomorrow wasn't like originally meant to be tomorrow. It was actually meant to be in March, on the 12th of March, just before my friend's wedding. And back then was when it all started, with like Disney parks kind of starting to kind of say that they might be closing and whatnot. And the event that I was going to Disneyland Paris for back in the middle of March got cancelled, but the parks were still open. But because I was mainly going to Disneyland Paris for the event, I was like, well, you know, there's no point in me going, like, especially when this virus thing is happening and I've got a wedding to go to the next day. So I'm just going to change my Eurostar to another time and go when I feel more relaxed, and hopefully this coronavirus situation is also not as crazy. So I just randomly changed my Eurostar to April, thinking things will be better by April. Obviously, they're not. They're even worse. So obviously that's why I'd forgotten about it, because it wasn't like, it was just a random time that I'd changed my Eurostar tickets to a random time in April. Like, it wasn't like an original trip, like I said. But yeah, anyway, I went and changed it, and it was funny because I went to change it on the website, and it's really good of Eurostar because they're allowing people to change their tickets without any like extra costs. Like, you don't have to it doesn't cost you anything, not even like a booking fee. You can just easily go there and change your trains to whatever at the time you want to because of the circumstances. So that's very, very good of them. And I went to change them, and I was literally like looking at the dates, and I was like, dates don't even mean anything to me anymore. Genuinely, I was like, I don't really even know what to do. Like, what do I do? Like, when do I want to go to Disneyland Paris? When can I go to Disneyland Paris? Like, I genuinely didn't know what to do. So I legit just went to one of the furthest dates, like the last dates that they had, because at the moment their booking period is only open up to October on the Eurostar website. So I just booked a random date in October. So now I've got a train in October that goes to Disneyland Paris and comes back from it. Am I going to be able to go to Disneyland Paris then? Who knows? Like, it's not like I had plans to go to Disneyland Paris in October. I don't ever plan my Disneyland Paris trips so far in advance. I never do. My Disneyland Paris trips are almost like quite often last minute. Like, I might book them a month in advance, but not like 6-7 months in advance. But now I've got this train with no other plans to go. Like, I don't have a hotel. There is no park at the moment in Disneyland Paris. It's closed. So it's just a weird situation. It's just a bizarre. It made me laugh because I was like, I mean, I've got this train journey that I can now change to some other time, but who knows what the world's going to be like. So I'm just going to change it to like the latest possible date that I can, hoping for the best, but who knows. I'll see you tomorrow.